Shalom, family. How's everybody today? Well, here we are, approaching another Shabbat, and I hope everybody enjoys their Shabbat. And we had a nationwide prayer on Wednesday. What was that? Second, and I believe a lot of people participated. We were praying for the Most High's intervention and help, in our times of trouble. And I know for sure that He will. Today, family, we're going to talk about something I know most of you heard about, and it's called a global reset. And we're going to talk about man's global reset and the Most High's global reset. Satan and his followers are copycats. They try to duplicate everything the Most High did, but it's not for the betterment of the people. When the Most High committed a global reset, it was in hopes that when things started up again, then man would, obey. Unlike the people, who were alive when the flood came, that they would obey, but, as it turned out, I believe the generations that followed Noah's flood up until this one are even more wicked. And so there's going to be another global reset, and this one will be permanent. The Most High rid the world of evil people in that first one, but He allowed man to continue and reproduce through Noah and his sons. And what happened? Man still was wicked and disobedient. So this time, He's going to destroy evil for good. Satan and all his followers and his demons are going to be destroyed for good this time. But let's just go back a little bit and talk about that first global reset. Now, there's a lot of people, I guess scientists and everything else, think that some think Noah's flood didn't actually happen. Some think it was local, just in that area. But no, it was worldwide, and the scriptures back that up. It wasn't just local destruction. It was the whole earth. Okay? Because when we read, we see even the birds of the air, were destroyed. And so that lets you know, they can fly maybe out of a flood zone, but if it's flooded everywhere, then eventually they got to try to land somewhere, right? They can't fly forever. And this is why when after so long that Noah kept sending that bird out, and the bird kept coming back, because there was nowhere for him to land. The waters covered the mountains and everything else until the last time that he sent him out and he came back with a branch or a tree or twigs in his mouth. Then he knew the waters, had receded. Okay. So let's just kind of go back in history, our history, and go over these things. So we'll start with Genesis chapter 6, verse 6 and 7, it said, and it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. Then we just read right then. I mean, he even destroyed the birds. I mean, they can only fly for so long, fam. They can't fly indefinitely. They, little wings get tired. They have to try to sit down somewhere. And it was no place for them. So apparently, they just probably fell from the sky and drowned. Genesis chapter 7, verse 17 through 24. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth. And the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. And all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. See, that wasn't local. That was global. That was worldwide. Verse 22 says, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. 23, and every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man, cattle, and creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So that destroys that little lie or falsehood that it was just a local flood. No, he said upon the earth. So if he destroyed everything upon the earth, that was worldwide. That was global. That didn't just happen to an area where Noah was. It was global. Okay? So then we'll go to Genesis chapter 1 and see when he first, gave instructions to man. Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. And the Most High blessed them. And the Most High said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Now that was the Most High's first command. He told man to be fruitful and multiply. Okay? Now, after the destruction of the flood, we can see where he had a great reset, because he gave those same instructions to Noah. And let's read it. Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. And the Most High blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth. See, he gave Noah the same instructions. Genesis 9:7 says, and you be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. See, those are the same instructions that he gave in the beginning. He gave them to Noah. So that was the reset, The world would begin to be repopulated through Noah, his sons, and their offspring. And so that was the Great Reset then. You know, it was just starting over. But like I say, it was for the Most High plan that for good, you know, giving man a chance to reset, restart, and hopefully, you know, obedience and the wickedness would cease. But it didn't, you know. Like I say, from that reset up until now, man has, I believe, my opinion, man is more wicked than in those days, you know. So there's going to be another reset when Mashiach returns. And he's going to take down all evil governments and men, non-believers, in the last reset. And Satan and his Antichrist and followers will be destroyed forever in this next reset. And like I say, the Most High does everything for our good. Sometimes it's painful to go through what he has planned, but it must be done. You know. I want to read Revelations 20, verse 7 through 10. And it said, "And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went upon the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from the Most High out of heaven, and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever." See, when Mashiach returns, all these kingdoms are going to be set down. It's just no doubt about that. Like I say, Satan has always tried to duplicate the Most High. But everything he duplicates is for wickedness. And anytime man tries to duplicate the Most High, it may appear to work for a while, but it won't stand. The Most High will not let it stand. He's going to take it down. So this reset, or whatever we're going into, New World Order, whatever you call it, may work for a very short time. You know. The scriptures tell us, I think in Daniel, you know, he was given a certain time to, you know, make things bad for us and try to weary the saints. But it's not going to last. You know, if you read down further, I think it's Daniel chapter 7, around verse 25, maybe through 28 or so. You know, it say the Most High's judgment will sit. So in other words, you know, what he spoke is going to happen. The saints are going to take over. Okay. Whatever man comes up with, trying to run and control this earth, will only work for a short time. You know, when the saints begin to really be persecuted and things like that, then the Most High gonna shut it down permanently. Like I say, the last great reset is gonna be final. If you were disobedient or non-believer, wicked, then you're finished. You're finished. Because Mashiach is coming to reign. He's coming to take over in the last reset. It just never works. We saw when Pharaoh's magicians, they copied or duplicated a few things that Moses and Aaron done up to a certain point. Then they could no longer duplicate it. When it came to the lice and all that, they couldn't duplicate it, So that's why I say the Most High let them attempt to duplicate his work, but he's going to show them things that they can't duplicate. He's just going to put something out there that man just can't duplicate. That's all. Satan and his followers, no matter how crafty they think they are, whatever they do will only work for a short time and only as long as the Most High allows it. Let's read one more where man just think he can duplicate something. And I want to go to Acts chapter 19, verse 11 through 17. And it said, the Most High wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul, so that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases parted from them, and the evil spirits went out of them. Verse 13, then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the most Mashiach, saying, we adjure you by the Mashiach whom Paul preaches. See, now they trying to copy something, and the Most High didn't give them authority to do it. But they're going to try to duplicate what they saw Paul do. Okay? Satan is always trying to duplicate something. Verse 14 says, and there were 7 sons, one of Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua I know, and Paul I know, but who are you? And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them, and overcame them, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. And this was known to all the Jews and Greeks also dwelling at Ephesus. And fear fell on them all. And the name of Yahushua HaMashiach was magnified. See, man just always trying to get one up on the Most High. Satan is a copycat, him and his followers. They think they can improve on something the Most High has created, and they can't. I don't care what kind of technology they come up with. Now, you're not going to improve on nothing that the Most High has created. Man just wants to make himself into God. Determines who lives, who dies, who can buy and sell, You know, it's just man is corrupt, and there's going to be a point where the Most High's cup runs over, and He will stop it cold. He's going to stop man dead in his tracks. And so this is the reason why we had the nationwide prayer. You know, that's what the Most High expects of us, to seek Him in time of trouble, not anyone else. You know, Judges 10:14 tells those people, you know, go pray to the gods you chose. You know, let them help you in your day of tribulation or trouble. So we don't go to nobody else. We don't seek man for our help. We don't seek man for solutions to our problem, because he has none. Anything that he does is to benefit him, not the people. Okay? So that's why it's very important for us to stay in prayer, stay in faith. Because our only answer comes from the Most High. Our only solutions come from the Most High. You know, Scripture tells us we have not because we ask not. You know, and I hope that every person who says they are believers and followers of Mashiach, I hope that they prayed with us on June 2nd, Wednesday, because it's for all of us. You know, don't sit by and twiddle your thumbs and thinking you don't need to pray since everybody else is praying. You know, yes, you do. If you're part of this body of Mashiach, you need to pray also. Don't depend on nobody else. If nobody else prays but you, you pray. Okay? So, and we should continue to do that. Not only, you know, when we call for it, everybody's should be praying every single day that the Most High give you to draw breath, that He intervenes in our affairs, that He protects those who believe. That's what we need to do. You know, when our people were in captivity in Egypt, you think they only prayed one time? No, they kept praying because they was in great distress, like we are here in this pseudo-Egypt, this second Egypt. We're in great distress. I mean, we've been in it over 400 years. And now that we've served our time, you know, now we need to start looking toward the day when the Most High brings us out of it. And I can say with all confidence that we're not going back into another slavery. That's over. The Most High is the only one who put us through 6 previous slaveries and this one. This is the 7th major slavery we've been in, and this is the final one. We all know that 7 is the number of completion with the Most High. You know, just as He put us in captivity for 70 years because of disobedience, but when the 70 years was up, He came. And so I truly believe that the Most High is at work right now, ready to gather His people, those who trust Him and believe Him. He's just ready to create another Exodus. You know, another trip to the wilderness, out of harm's way. And so that's my belief. And that should be all of our belief. And we should all be praying for that day. Okay? Okay, family. I wasn't going to be here long today anyway. But I hope everybody enjoys this upcoming Shabbat. What is the day? The 5th or 6th? But yeah, get out and enjoy your Shabbat. You know, worship and praise the Most High, and be at rest. Okay, just shut everything else down. And this is the day that He gave us to do that. You know, to rest and worship Him. Okay, family. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom.